This is a case study of creating a report with invoice frequency and revenue distribution, and it's from Chapter 6, beginning on page 142 of the Pivot Table Data Crunching book. Our task is to provide both region and market managers with an interactive reporting tool that will allow them to easily see revenues across products for a variety of time periods. So what we need to do is to give them the flexibility to filter by both region and market, as well as the ability to filter by specific periods. So we're going to start with our data, and we're first going to need to insert a pivot table. So we'll go up to Insert, Pivot Table, click OK. And the fields that we're going to need are region and market, product description, and sales amount. And we want them to have the ability to filter by region and market, so we're going to move those to the filter box. We're going to go over to our pivot table, and we're going to go to Design under Pivot Table Tools, Report Layout. We're going to choose Show in Tabular Form. Then we're going to go to the Sales Amount column, and we're going to right click Number Format. We're going to change that to Currency. Click OK. So now we have our pivot table ready to build a pivot chart. So we're going to click anywhere in our table. We're going to go up to Insert, and in the middle of the bar at the top you'll see you can choose what chart type you want. In this case we're going to choose a 2D column. Our chart's going to appear on the page. It's going to be on the same sheet with our table. So we now have a chart that's going to show them their product by their sales amount, and it's going to give them the ability to filter by region and market. So we have half of what we need. The other part of the task is to give them the ability to filter by specific periods. So we now need to click on our chart, go back up to the top under Pivot Chart Tools, Analyze, and we need to insert a timeline. Our options are for service date or invoice date. In this case we're going to choose invoice date. Click OK. And we've now inserted a timeline slicer. Now with the timeline slicer we can look at months, days, years, or quarters. In this case we're going to click on quarters. So we now have a chart that will give them the ability to look at their data and filter by region and market, as well as by time period. Now there's a couple buttons on here that they're not going to need, so we're going to click on our chart. We're going to go up to Pivot Chart Tools, Analyze. We're going to go to Field Buttons. We're going to hide the buttons that they don't need. They're only going to need the filter buttons, so we're going to hide the rest. Okay, now we have a cleaner chart. So they can now go into the chart, and if they want to search by their particular region, they can click on the region filter, and they have the ability to search by Midwest, North, South, or West. Let's click on Midwest, click OK, and you can see the data is going to show just Midwest products and sales amounts. Over in our pivot table you'll see the region filter is Midwest. Now you can also select multiple items, so if one of the managers is covering the North and the South, they can click on North and South, click OK, and they can look at their data. We can go up and remove that, and we can also look by market. So we can go in and we can look at one particular market. We can look at California, or we could look at multiples. We could look at all of the C's. We could also go down and look at all of the C's by quarters, or they can remove that filter and they can look at the quarters for everyone. So we've now completed our task. We've given our managers the ability to look at their products and sales by region, market, and timeline.